Thank you, Sam, and thank you, Central Maine Community College and the LA Metro Chamber of Commerce for inviting us all here today and holding this forum. Opportunities. The fact that I'm standing here means everyone has the opportunity to stand here. I'm standing here without money, without fame, without party, and I just want to say that opens the door for everybody. That you don't have to have money, you don't have to have fame to stand where I am standing here today. In terms of issues, my primary focus is children and their future. And when you talk about children and their future, that includes lots of different things like stable housing, food security, practical good education, health care, environment, and climate change. And so those are all come under the idea of children in the future. I can talk about each one of those issues at length. But my primary focus in dealing with all those is actually going back about 70 years when the governor of Maine actually, they governed with council. And that council was actually bringing people in from different parts of the state. And that's how it happened. The other pertinent information about that is that for thousands of years, this land was governed by council. And so none of us have the answers. We all have opinions, and I've listened to people on the streets for almost a year now and gathering signatures and being out there campaigning. And a lot of the ideas they have are great ideas, and I want to bring those ideas to Augusta so that people have a say. I would really like to get back to communities so that communities become the crux of our government, so we start doing things from the bottom down, the bottom up rather than the top down, without so many mandates and without so many policies. What we need in Beals is very different than what you need here in Lewiston and Auburn. And we need local control of our resources and our children and our schools to be able to reflect that.
Thank you, Sam. Yes, Sam. Okay. You mentioned one of the focus areas for you as children. I have a mom of 3, so I appreciate that. Thank you for making that focus. Can you name a piece of policy that is either currently in an implementation phase or one that you would like to propose? Any type of policy-focused solution specific to education in the breadth of the way you envision focus on youth, which I think you noticed with youth, for nutrition, for housing, as well as for education. Is there any piece of that you'd like to speak to from a policy perspective that feels like a priority for you to enact if elected?
Well, it takes a community to raise a child. And I believe one thing I would really love to see us do is bring the children and elderly together. The children need the wisdom and the experience and the nurturing of elderly. One thing I like, right now we give free meals to children for breakfast and lunch. I would love to have us have a policy, and this could be by community, but where we have elderly come in at least once a week for lunch and spend with the kids. I would also like to see us start having daycare in schools. We need to be able to assess children at a very young age to see if their needs are being met, to make sure that they're not being neglected, because those first 5 years of life are essential to the rest of their life in terms of not being abused, neglected, or traumatized in any way. So if we have those daycares in schools, we can better assess what those children need and what their parents need to raise them in a healthy environment.
Thank you. Thank you very much. In your race and in your own introduction, you noted that you arrived here as a man without party. And you noted that you were a man who came here without fame or without party, right? And to govern our state, you will have to work with multiple parties. And we have found politics have swayed towards a more divisive feel in recent years. Is there anything that you'd like to speak to about your approach to working across party lines to see your vision for Maine become a reality?
I found that there's a lot of people, a lot of Democrats who really don't particularly like the current governor. There's a lot of Republicans who don't particularly like the former governor. A lot of people think that I'm going to take all the Democratic votes and I'm going to be an L.A. Cutler, but I've actually never been a Democrat like L.A. Cutler was. So my goal is to get people together, Democrats, Republicans, Independents. I have no special interest to serve. And I want the best people who have good ideas. I want people with differing ideas. We need that. We need that context between the two. But it's really about finding common ground, using common sense for the common good. And that's, again, it's really about, as a primary care physician, as a family physician, I have to find common ground with everybody. I have to find a way to treat them because every patient is different. The diseases may be the same, but the patient is all different. So I have to be able to negotiate how to do that. So I'm a good negotiator. I know how to get along with people. I can see both sides, and I want to bring that together in Augusta.
A round of applause, folks. You'll be able to find Mr. Hunkler's materials at his table. I want to thank him for making us a quick stop on your road trip to Presque Isle. And so as he leaves the